Assalamualaikum to Dr. Aina and my other fellow friends. So today I would like to present about my article critique that titled Should Leaders Prioritize Conflict Mitigation or Conflict Resolution by Anna Shields. First, we will look at the article summary. The article Should Leaders Prioritize Conflict Mitigation or Conflict Resolution by Anna Shields, 2025, explores the growing importance of conflict management skills in modern workplaces. It was published in Forbes and highlights findings from LinkedIn's Skills on the Rise 2025 report, which identifies conflict mitigation as the second fastest growing in-demand skill after AI literacy. The author begins by explaining the difference between conflict mitigation and conflict resolution. Conflict resolution is about finding a concrete solution to a problem, while conflict mitigation focuses on reducing the severity and negative impact of conflict so it becomes less harmful to individuals and organizations. She notes that mediation processes often fail when parties are pressured into quick resolution, suggesting that not every conflict needs to be solved immediately, but rather managed constructively. The author has identified several key reasons for this trend. First, tension over return to office policies after remote work periods. Second, the challenges of leading intergenerational teams, especially with the entry of Gen Z. Next, the rise of artificial intelligence, AI, which creates uncertainty and job anxiety. And last, a general decline in emotional intelligence among employees, affecting communication and empathy. In her conclusion, the author argues that conflict mitigation is more beneficial for leaders because it focuses on early prevention, emotional awareness, and relationship management rather than waiting for disputes to escalate. She encourages organizations to develop leaders who can identify early warning signs of conflict, maintain psychological safety, and build healthier team dynamics. Moving on to the critical analysis part. From the author argument, I strongly agree with the argument as in my opinion, leaders today should prioritize conflict mitigation or prevention of the conflict over solving the conflict. This goes along with the saying in the previous study where preventing is better than curing. There are two reasons that makes me agree with the author or the article statement, which is first, resolving a conflict can waste the organization's time and money. Due to this issue, according to Valentini et al., many companies nowadays choose to avoid or ignore handling conflicts or doing conflict management where they will choose to withdraw their operations and exit conflict region to prevent themselves from losing money. So, for the company to prevent themselves from wasting money in resolving a conflict, conflict mitigation is the best way where we prevent the conflict to happen before it actually happened. Safi and Kaikwa 2024 also note that conflict that being handled properly can improve team performance and promote organizational learning and creativity, which is good for the company, beside than losing money to solve a conflict. Next, I agree with leaders nowadays need to prioritize conflict mitigation since conflict mitigation enhance employee engagement and job satisfaction at work. Employees' physical and mental health can be negatively impacted by conflicts that arises at the workplace, and this may lead to low levels of engagement, stress and absences from work, which reduce employee participation at work. When leaders focus on conflict mitigation, they address issue early through open dialogue, empathy and collaboration between employees. Also, while practicing conflict mitigation, the company can achieve high level of employee satisfaction at work since their conflict and voice are being handled accordingly. According to Petit Rose and Muafi 2021, conflict mitigation may result in employee becomes more productive, collaborative, and loyal to the organization, which includes lower turnover in the company. Now, I will explain about global and local context of conflict mitigation. For global context, the company that I choose is Unilever. Unilever is one of the global companies that practices conflict mitigation, where they set up a manual called Code of Business Principles and Code Policies for the employees to avoid conflict of interest between the employees, which can result in a bigger conflict if there is a misunderstanding between them. Next, the company encouraged the employees to speak up and give voice to their values to make sure everyone's voice are heard. Here, it shows that everyone's voice or problem is matter for their own well-being. In the Code of Business, it encouraged employees to raise concerns early through its Speak Up system, where staff can report unethical behavior or unfair treatment confidentially. This system acts as an early conflict mitigation tool, allowing problems to be addressed before they escalate. Also, this technique promotes trust and transparency and prevent misunderstanding or resentment to happen between the employees. For the local context, companies like Maybank provide codes of ethics and conduct where it contains matters like misuse of information, employees' fair and equitable treatment, misuse of position, and others. This code of ethics and conduct requires all employees to treat colleague, customer, and stakeholder with respect, fairness, and dignity. This is important as by emphasizing respect and professionalism, it reduces interpersonal conflicts caused by rude communication, discrimination, and others. Here, it can be seen that there is a low chance of conflict to happen if everyone in the company follows the guide provided by the company respectively. Moving on to the last part, which is the recommendation part. First, organizations should provide continuous conflict management and emotional intelligence training. Organizations should invest in regular training programs to strengthen employees' and leaders' ability to handle conflict effectively. These programs should focus on emotional intelligence, empathy, active listening, and stress management. By understanding emotions, both their own and others, employees can respond calmly instead of reacting defensively. This helps prevent small misunderstandings from escalating into serious disputes. Also, greater levels of emotional intelligence help individuals to handle interpersonal disagreements more successfully, supporting a collaborative rather than antagonistic approach to conflict resolution. Next, leaders can encourage open communication channels in the workplace. Creating a workplace culture that values honesty, openness, and trust is crucial for conflict mitigation. When employees feel safe to voice opinions or concerns without fear of punishment, potential issues can be identified and solved early. Other than that, organizations can practice upward communication in the organization. Upward communication provides valuable feedback to leaders about operational challenges and employees' concerns. This two-way dialogue helps to build trust and openness, allowing for early identification and resolution of conflict before they can escalate. To conclude, conflict mitigation is more important than conflict resolution because it focuses on early prevention and emotional awareness. By addressing issues before they escalate, leaders can reduce stress, prevent burnout, and enhance employee engagement. This proactive approach saves time, builds trust, and promotes a positive and productive workplace culture. So that is all from me. Thank you.